You know what I could do is I could just have the opening play over us talking about random stuff. And then it'll just slowly fade. But then people who are listening will wonder, why aren't they starting yet?
Yeah, let's just do it normal. Yeah.
And then we can explain to them that we're having copyright issues with our music, and that's why they're hearing this conversation right now. Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Sure did.
Yes. And
before the boat.
The pre-boat episode.
Pre-boat episode, yes. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of surprises.
Definitely surprises. I never thought I'd hear Mary talking about farts in my life.
It was a fart.
A fart fest.
A fart fest. Before
we go down that spiral, for those of you who are joining us, thank you very much. Please like, follow, subscribe. It really does help. But beyond all that, we are experiencing an issue with our theme song right now. We got it off of our production platform for free, but they're having some rights issues, so our song is missing.
So if you're wondering, like, where's the song? That gets me in the mood for the Husbands Watching Housewives. Well, it's not there. Hopefully we can resolve this quickly and we can bring the song back because, when we chose this a year ago.
2 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. January 2024.
Yeah. We were like, oh, that's just such a fun little song and, go. Yeah. And it hasn't been an issue, but now it's an issue. And 2 episodes have been pulled from Spotify.
Right.
So if you're looking for the Miami episode or the last OC episode.
Yeah, that's why you can't find it unless you're outside of any major country in the world. If you're in Sweden, I think you can see it.
It's like they pulled it from California.
No, that's Canada, sweetheart. CA is Canada.
Oh.
So it's all the U.S. is missing.
Oh.
Yeah, Japan, U.S., France, UK, and Canada.
What about Australia?
And I think it's in Australia still.
Okay, because we really got to buck up our numbers.
I don't understand why we're doing so poorly in Australia, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
We just discovered also the podcast charts, which, of course they're a thing. They try to, chart everything and monetize everything, but we did not understand. One of our first viewer or listeners was in Australia, and we're like, I can't believe we have listeners in Australia. And so I think we've lost sight of our Australian contingent. And this is not just to, curry their favor, but yes, please listen, tell your friends.
Yes.
But no, it's really exciting to have, people listening to us in different reaches of the world.
It's very interesting. It's just oh, how did you find this? But there's so much people can find out there.
Right.
If they're just happen to be searching but to make
impact. Us your preferred choice. We're still confused in general, but it's awesome. Thank you.
Australia's great.
I've never been.
Same.
Oh, I thought you had been.
No, I just knew I was on that cruise and there were a ton of Aussies and Aussie.
Got it. So now you just lost us some viewers by doing that thing.
I could have done it way more, but I don't want to blast people's eardrums. So.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's true they would do.
I feel bad calling them viewers because really we're first and foremost a podcast. They're listeners.
Listeners.
There was a podcast I used to love from probably the early days of podcasts. It was Mike and Tom Eat Snacks. And they were purely a podcast.
Yeah.
But they would always call their listeners viewers. And they're I know they're not viewers. They would just purposely do that. And now whenever I do it by mistake, I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to rip off mates. But it was a good podcast. I recommend. But anyway. Oh, this episode.
Where did it begin? They just picked up supposedly it was the next day. And so Heather was eating her whipped cream.
Oh yeah, it was Angie and Angie and Heather are making coffee in the morning.
Yeah, some coffee talk.
Yeah. That was cute. I thought it was very cute.
It was cute. I was really I was like, is that whipped cream? And it was.
I thought it was that coffee whipped creamer that they had.
That was on 2 T's.
That was on 2 T's, which we got, which was delicious.
Do we still have that?
No, I threw it away because it doesn't hold very well. It's not like it goes bad, but it doesn't come out as whippy and creamy as it did the first 2 times. So before you knew it, you're just putting a lump of sugar in your coffee. And I'm I don't really need that. So, and then on top of it, I love my coconut creamer.
Right.
And I didn't need the Toll House cookie creamer every time.
Yes. Nestle Toll House.
Yes. But it was delicious. I would recommend it. And they make generic versions of it, so that's what I thought. But also, I don't know anyone who just puts straight up whipped cream in their coffee, so I'm hoping...
Well, Mormons and sugar.
That's true. Well, that's fine. Well, she's a bad Mormon, so it's not necessarily.
Well, but you can't take the sugar out of the Mormon. You can take the Mormon out. So, by the way, we didn't know that Heather has a whole
3-part special
coming out on Bravo about, surviving, or like, is it?
It's surviving Mormonism.
The title's like leaving Mormonism, or
escaping. Yeah.
Basically, it's like getting out of the Mormon church.
We have our own Leah Remini.
Exactly. Everyone was saying it was like Leah Remini. Yes.
I didn't put that connection together till right now.
Yes. Well, you weren't on Reddit when they were all like, "This seems like Leah Remini," and everyone's like, "Go watch Go Clear," and I say, "Yes, go watch Go Clear."
It's a good documentary.
Going Clear. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes. But I digress. So, yes, they're like catching up on what happened
with a full beat.
With the full beats.
Like, woke up, decided let's do coffee, and I'm just so fresh.
Pajamas and a full beat.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about what happened last week. I like that Heather was going between Angie and Lisa, and I think there's room for Angie to get past this, because I think she doesn't really care about Lisa. I don't think Lisa cares as much about Angie in this friendship. I don't really understand what relationship Lisa cares most about aside from her children. Because I feel like John could be tossed aside too.
I mean, it seemed to be that way.
Lisa is about her kids and about Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should also preface this by the fact that Comcast was acting up again, so we had a lot of skipping going on. So I
got the gist.
I think we got the majority of things, but it did make it awkward, especially in the later scenes with Lisa and John, where it's like, oh, he's really digging into her.
Yeah, when we get to that whole thing, and it's this. I guess the typical we've grown apart, you're not listening to me. Lisa's somehow in a cowboy confessional. I want to know who advised that.
I mean, it was a look. I don't know if it's my favorite look.
I mean, did she just go to the Cowboy Carter concert and was like, you know what?
I'm going to wear this more than once.
Exactly. I got this belt buckle. I'm wearing it. I love that.
I was a little confused. I shouldn't notice these things, but I couldn't tell if her nipples were pointing through the leather or if the leather was just pointed right there, in such a way.
Yes.
Because I was thinking otherwise, how thin is that leather?
I didn't notice her nipples. I was just really focused on the hat. And her beat was great.
Yeah.
And the hair was great. I think maybe she did that too because she never does really very much with her hair. And when she does, that little braid situation, it's not great. So she also wear a hat.
Yeah.
But it was ridiculous as a confessional with the belt buckle and the burlap dress. But from here up, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was a good look overall.
Yeah.
Before we get into her and John, though, what do you feel like? Do you think Angie was actually regretful of her behavior the day before?
I think so, because she really lost control and she wasn't. And I think it was specifically with Mary and how that affected her. That's what she probably regrets most.
Right.
That's a friendship that she really cares about. So not necessarily that she went low with Lisa, because she didn't really, the whole talking about her, that stupid Wolf brand bullshit. Sorry, talking about your kid's brand that you don't even give a crap about.
Right.
That was really nothing compared to what she said last year, as we noted last episode. And so it wasn't as low as one could go. And things that she was pointing out were things that are already out there about the allegations. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't inventing Soup Man or Suit Man. She was just saying this is what I read. I heard you stole this card. You da-da-da-da.
Right,
so
right.
Whatever.
Okay, interesting. It very much read to me like some drunk regret. I don't think she was blacked out or anything, but I feel like she definitely was would have controlled herself or behaved. I think had a better control over her emotions and everything.
She saw red.
Yeah, exactly.
Never saw anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she knew that, and so I think she was genuinely beyond just Mary. I think she was just I think both. Not ashamed, but I think she was just more I could have tactically handled that better.
Yes.
I wish that I would have remained more composed so that I could have, kept things tighter.
Well, also, the more composed you are, you could have made Lisa look more unhinged.
Right. So I think she regrets it for both reasons, for both tactical and actual, I was kind of embarrassed at my own behavior.
Right.
And so I think that was actually kind of nice to see. Again, another housewife kind of owning their stuff. It's like Lisa Rinna was their sorority mom or something for this episode.
Their dead mother.
Yes.
I want you to own it, girls.
They're off camera. Own it, Angie. Own it.
Own it, baby.
Did you see that Name That Tune clip with her at the tail end? Why aren't we watching that show?
Sinclair was saying that, like, well, no, he's actually talking about how they're all on The Weakest Link. Like, Joe Gorga and Melissa are on Weakest Link. And
Weakest Link is still a thing?
It's Celebrity Weakest Link.
Oh, weird.
And so they have, like, she had the Glee kids on there at one point, so she had, like, reality stars. Yeah, we should watch that.
Is it still?
It's on Fox, and it's Jane Lynch.
Oh,
that's why she had the Glee people, yeah.
I'd say, is the old host still alive?
Oh, that's a good question. That was, what, like 20 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
Probably not. She was pretty old back then.
She's, like, in her 60s. Yeah, probably.
She seemed old, yeah. She'd be in her
80s now.
She's probably like actually on her 60s.
Yeah, no,
like...
we were just out of it. Anyway,
she did.
Yeah. So back. So was that the next thing that happened? Was John and Lisa?
Yes.
That was interesting.
I mean, I think he was really nervous. That's why he was smiling so much, because he just didn't know what to say. And
do we have that out of order? Because was it Mary and Angie next?
No, Mary and Angie are after.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was because it kept freezing up, and then
Sorry.
I think that he was speaking the truth of whatever I say is wrong and what you say is right, and that's the issue that's our impasse. And so
and I feel like he was actually kind of doing it as delicately as he could, and actually say, like, there's one thing that she said, and I'm going to screw it up, I'm going to butcher it all together, but she was basically saying something like, you just criticized me, and he said something like, well, right, I'm trying to tell you why I'm not getting along, why we have problems. Mm-hmm. And then she was just immediately dismissive of it, and he kind of rolled his eyes of like, well, right there, like, that's the problem.
Well,
like, I can't even tell you how I'm feeling.
Well, as she said, I'm made of glass. You have to treat me like I'm made of glass, and my feelings get hurt very easily. But then you can't really have a constructive conversation.
So I enjoyed that about her. Like, I felt what she was saying in that moment of, like, she comes off as this badass, and so she wants her person to treat her delicately, but at the same time, like, she doesn't act delicately, or she doesn't allow him to,
I wonder when cameras are down if, like, how they really are with each other.
Right. I don't imagine it's terribly different than they are on camera. I mean, for him to say some of the things he said, like, if we were to go back and really rewatch that's some, it's kind of some crappy stuff I would never want to hear you say that about me.
He was digging at her a bit, and,
But I don't think it was like a fun digging. It was like like, you're asking, and now I'm going to tell you, like,
I'm going to tell you about yourself.
Right.
And you don't want to hear it.
Right. And that's, I think, the problem. That's definitely the theme of the episode, is that, like, Lisa won't own up to her own shortcomings.
Yeah.
And no matter who's telling her, and no matter how good of a intention it is, she just won't own up to it.
Yes.
So.
Accountability. She doesn't know how to take it.
No, it's sad. But yeah, I mean, again, if you were telling me those things and telling me that, like, I disregard the things that you say, I would, my own heart would be broken. I just don't know how, like, I can't fathom. But we haven't been married for 18 years or however long.
It's like, but there's still, it doesn't matter the amount of time. There's still, basic tenets.
right.
Of marriage. I was about to say Mormonism.
Well, remember, it's Mormon 2.0.
Yes. Yes. I wonder how she feels about Heather Special. Yeah,
I'm sure she'll dig up some dirt on it.
Yes.
So then the next bit was
Angie and Mary,
which, thank God they got over it.
Yes, I was worried that, like, they weren't going to resolve it, and what Mary was saying was very correct. Angie got so upset she couldn't see anything beyond her, and even her really good friend couldn't calm her down, and she was lashing out at her good friend, and it was just like it was very unlike her,
right,
to Mary.
Right.
And so it was interesting to hear Mary speak such truth.
And I think also it was definitely a part of, where she says, Angie's been so chill. Like, she's just normally so chill about things. So for her to be so focused on Lisa and kind of getting Lisa to like her, it just kind of like probably came off very phony and fake to Mary.
Well, I think it's not even that. It's like when they fell out, it was like became her mission to like take Lisa down.
Right.
In a sense. And so because I've heard that, Angie also gets involved with like bloggers and people outside the show and, trying to find dirt. And so, but I don't know, that could be hearsay, whatever.
But I believe Angie when she says like she's responding to the bully. Like in Angie's mind, she's not like, and I think that's part of the problem for sure, is that she's just not going to sit idly by and let someone besmirch her good name because she is a pillar of the community. So,
well, it's kind of similar to like, the Gretchen Tamara thing of like Gretchen thinking like, I need to fight fire with fire. It's like, no, you don't. But you don't need to come at Lisa like Lisa. Stay who you are. You know that what she's saying is bullshit. It's hard to like, when you're in this environment to like think that way, but you kind of have to.
I don't know. Like, I agree with you. I agree with the whole Tamara and Gretchen analogy that like, I don't think it works in that case. I guess it's probably just a degree of acceptance at that point. Like, I think I've come to accept that like Tamara's never going to like accept whatever Gretchen has to say, so don't come at her the same way. I think Lisa isn't all that up there yet. Like, I think...
Okay.
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like, well, no, I couldn't sit idly by and have Lisa keep talking trash about me without giving it back and just going, oh, that's Lisa. Like, I think that's BS.
That's true, because that's kind of what Heather was saying, that, we can't just be like, oh, that's Lisa. Like, after a while, it's like, no, that's bullshit.
Right.
So, but there has to be like a middle point of like, I'm not going to stoop to her level, but I'm also not going to act like it's not happening. And I'm going to stay true to myself and not act out of character, because that's what Mary kept hitting the point home. You're acting out of character.
Right.
You got this woman that's got you so flipped around that you're focusing on things that don't matter and you're not being yourself.
Right.
So that was really sound advice. And then they just start talking about farting. And Angie's just trying to keep it together like, this is a serious discussion.
I thought for sure Mary was going to be like, oh, are you laughing at me? And like,
I didn't
walk out of there. But
it's not funny. You made fun of my fart. Like, I farted, you made fun of my fart.
I mean, when they put the context of the dog farting in there, I was like, I couldn't tell if Andrew was laughing because like, oh, now you're blaming your fart on the dog?
On Celia.
But I really do. I believe Mary in that case where she was like, Mary farted that one time and then other things happened and Angie just kept on harping on it. And like, oh, is that you, Mary? Because I would have let that go.
Yeah.
But I would have done the exact
But Mary's not
thing.
that friendly who you can joke with like that.
But I think that's the weird thing, though, is that you're also not expecting Mary to be like, ooh, I farted.
Yes.
And when she does, you're like, oh, apparently we can make fun of
that. It's like, do you know that you're being filmed?
Right.
Right. Because she wasn't in a full beat and she was farting, so.
Yeah. That was interesting that she wasn't wearing full makeup, or I think it was minimal makeup at that. Probably just normal everyday makeup.
Right.
But like, anyway.
Interesting. But yes, they got to a good place. Glad they got moved past it. Angie took accountability, apologized. And I saw, like what I was saying last week about Mary being triggered by Angie's anger, she's voiced that. So not to be like I was right, but I was right. I
find it a little bit weird. I don't necessarily believe the severity of it. Like, oh, I only find friends once every 20 years like this. I was like, I don't know.
Once every, like, it's like a Slayer is born. Yeah. Like, I don't understand, like, every 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, like, in the context of this show, that Angie's probably the most one that, Mary gets along with the best.
Totally.
And then feels like she has a true ally with the show. So maybe she's exaggerating the importance of Angie's friendship. But it does seem like a little bit of an overstatement of how great friends they are. But maybe they are. I don't know.
You're lucky. Yeah,
right.
Basically, that's what she was saying.
Right.
The other thing that she said
was, "I'm going to unmemorize your existence."
I would love to unmemorize a lot of people's existence.
Oh God,
and that was a great line.
Yeah. It's It's funny. You hold a grudge on such a way that I'm pretty sure that you have essentially unmemorized some people's existence.
No, because if I did, I wouldn't be holding the grudge.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Like a grudge. I like holding a grudge. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy at night sometimes. Like it also keeps me centered and like, because I forgive people way too easily.
Yes.
But then when I don't forgive them, I do not forgive them. So like, I don't know, like I feel when I decide it's time for a grudge, it's like, okay, I need to remain centered on this.
People like say someone who didn't attend a wedding who you still are in somewhat communication with.
Because,
I would have like,
but that's like a Housewives thing. We run in the same circles. I just can't ignore them. I mean, I have to keep filming with them, so to speak. You know,
you couldn't start a whole new group chat because that would be inconvenient to the other three.
I think they've already started a whole new group chat without me. Is the fun part. So I'm that one, but
well, screw that.
I don't mind. But you know, it's not like they exclusively use that, so it's all right.
I mean, I guess we all have different group chats, but.
I know.
I'm sure we're not part of that one.
Exactly, right?
Who cares about that?
We care about that. Deep in our heart.
Yeah, but like if you're going to be that way, then it's just not a solid friendship and we've grown apart, you know?
Yeah. Well, we haven't unmemorized their existence yet.
No, I have not. We're going to see them in December.
So anyway, moving on. After the Mary and Angie scene was Todd and Bronwyn getting ice cream.
Oh gosh, yes.
There
wasn't really much to that scene.
Other than her specifically saying, "Don't eat my cherry," and then he eats her cherry, which I can't tell if he was doing to be funny or if he just accidentally
He just didn't realize. He didn't realize he wasn't trying to be funny. I don't think Todd's a very funny person.
I think he can be funny. He's not completely oblivious. Exactly, in his own way.
Yeah.
I just hate seeing... I like that he's filming and, like, being present. I can tell, like, he's doing it begrudgingly in a sense of, like, well, I need to combat, like, the sense that I don't respect you. Like, I need to be...
Right, because I was really harsh last season. Yes, I forgot about that.
At the same time, he's not really demonstrating how much he respects her.
Well, he doesn't respect this whole show, and he doesn't understand, like, why you can't just write these women off because they are her coworkers, just like he can't write off people in business that he might not just
right
but like for him that's real money, that's real life. This is like some BS reality show,
right?
And he doesn't understand like why his wife wants to be on it, especially now when we get to the end when this shit starts coming up. So
let's just talk about that now, get Bronwyn out of the way,
group them together. Yeah.
I mean, so like I remember vaguely hearing about the whole identity theft, grand theft thing, but nothing
we did a couple weeks ago.
Nothing really came out of it. No, well, they were filming. I remember reading about it. Yeah, but nothing really came out of it, so I assumed nothing really happened.
Well, she's saying that things were dismissed. So it's like there's two things, as she said. There's like an eviction and some other BS that she did in college when she left BYU, and then there's this whole, you know, like accusations of identity theft and whatever that she says were dismissed, and the case was sealed, so she cannot talk about her involvement.
Seems really convenient to me, but
I'd go with it.
I mean, I'm going to go with it because I like her, but it does seem like there's something. But at the same point, like how? I don't know. It doesn't seem like she's going to be lumped. I wouldn't lump her on the fire with Jen.
I was going to say she's not Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
No, nor is she. Yeah. So
was it something questionable? Probably. But also like how he reacted and like how she was just very much like, I know this, doesn't reflect well on you. Like, I think it was I thought that was a good exchange. Like, understand, it's a good way to explain, or not explain, but like deal with your spouse of like, I know that like you're not thrilled about this,
right? And this could
but
hurt you.
Here's the reality of it. What are we gonna do?
And like his whole thing of like, don't go on the trip. Well, it's like if you don't go on the trip, you look guilty. Right. She has to like get her point of view across. Otherwise, they're gonna write it for her.
Right.
I.e., with the Lisa stuff at the beginning of the season.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
So she just needs to like, although she won't be able to say much about it, she can at least, say that was dismissed. I am not a fraudulent person, and that's all I can say.
Right. And prevent them from saying other stuff.
I don't know. I would need to see more evidence to think that Lisa started this or like perpetuated it.
So that's what I don't get. That was a really weird jump for them to go.
It's convenient though. I mean, think about they made up But also we thought Lisa and Angie made up.
True.
So Lisa could just like one day just be like, I thought I was cool, but now I'm not cool. And now I'm gonna, or like she was looking for information and she got cool with the person and then the information came in. She's like, well, I paid for this.
Or the information was already out there and she couldn't stop it.
Right.
So you can't stop the money train.
Once you go the distance, it's gone.
Right. So my problem with that, though, is that it's very convenient for, like, now that Heather's ramping up this, well, I don't know, like, we all know that Lisa does this sort of thing. And, like, even she's getting trying to get Meredith to turn,
Heather was really activating for some, well, when to Lisa's face, she was saying, you can be a crappy friend. You can go just as low, making Lisa cry. Again, so much crying from Lisa in this episode. And, she was just like basically saying like, I love you. We're friends, but like, I'm calling you out to your face.
And she still wouldn't hear it. She still wouldn't have like, no, how dare you,
And then she thought she should go to Meredith, who's just going to run and take this back to Lisa. Next episode, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
That like Heather was talking smack about her and saying she's a shitty friend.
But with the whole Bronwyn thing, like my worry is that Heather and Bronwyn, last week, Heather and Bronwyn sat down and were talking about Lisa and how she digs stuff up on people, and which would give Bronwyn the right opportunity to say, this is what Lisa does. This was Lisa's fault.
Like it's just interesting that like Heather is going to be leading the charge of, Lisa.
The anti-Lisa charge?
Yes.
Well, we were talking about it. It has to be because she can only take this empty nest thing so far.
Right.
She knows that's the case, and she knows the last couple seasons she's just been she's stirred the pot, but she really hasn't been the center of attention. She's just been...
She was the center of attention when part of it was being against Lisa.
Right.
And people really liked that counterpoint.
Right.
And then she hopped on the Lisa train. And now, for some reason, she's off the train, and
I like that she's playing both sides, because she's like, I want to be on the train, but I just, there's problems.
Make it very difficult.
This is a bad train.
It's hard to like see past your faults.
Right. And I like that she's saying it to Lisa's face. I like that she's being upfront
while shopping in that weird store, though.
That poor girl, that poor shop girl.
Like girl's like 16 if she was a day.
She might have been like 19, like college age, fresh, but still at the same time, like every time they only showed her every time they bleeped out Lisa saying, "See you next Tuesday."
Is that what she was saying?
Yes.
I was wondering what that was.
In public, throwing the C-bomb around.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, that poor girl. Like, I mean.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell they had this. It seemed like they had the store to themselves. They keep having people walk behind them, but I think there were other coworkers or employees who just, I have to watch these two. And, it'd be one thing if they were all like, oh my God, I can't believe that we're watching a Housewives fight. But they were just like, oh my God, is she really saying that? Jesus.
How dare you say that? Yeah. Heavenly Father.
Heavenly Father, indeed.
And then Lisa, like with like her wad of cash.
Who carries around that much cash?
Nobody does.
I mean.
You know what happened? Like, Ashley's telling me a story. First season of Jersey, like Teresa was like out shopping and she had a wad of cash like that, and she later said the producers like made her do that because they wanted to be like, oh, look at my Jersey money.
Oh.
So I think it's like,
I don't know.
It's weird that I'm not saying that's the same thing with Lisa, but it's just weird for her to be like, look at my hundreds, and let's just trying to be like, I'm so rich. Like,
right.
What about
right. I'm not having money problems. If I was having money problems, although to me, if you're having credit problems, it's the only reason
you wouldn't be paying with cash.
But you would only be paying with cash. So,
like, unless did you really actually take that guy's credit card?
I don't know. It's a double-bladed sword on that, but like it did seem really phony and fake to me. Like, oh, look at all this cash. She kept playing with it.
Like, are you going to Magic Mike after this? Are you wearing pants?
Yeah. And are you tipping hundreds?
So, she's wearing a really weird leather outfit.
She's into the weird leather outfits.
Yes.
Meredith, I have to say, stood up pretty well to scrutiny, and just her, like, I would have thought she would have maybe picked up what Heather was putting down.
Because Meredith and Lisa are like, it's us against the world, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
they know a lot of stuff about one another. They made a truce. I don't think they're like
Lisa profusely apologized a couple years ago
for calling her and her family trash.
Yeah.
Posers. And I think, they basically made a pact and they're sticking to it. And they just don't want, if everyone comes for them, they want to know at least they have each other. So I do not think Meredith will go against Lisa.
I don't think that's fun. I don't like that.
It's alliances. It's Housewives.
I suppose. Whitney's only involvement was filling out the preference sheet for the yacht, right?
I know that was a thing. I would love a preference
sense.
sheet.
Yeah, like you have your own writer for being on the boat. That'd be almost.
I'd be like, I like pancakes and scrambled eggs and sausage.
When Heather was filling it out, I was like, okay, I like their breakfast focus. Like, I never would have thought to me, I'm not a big buffet person. Like, I enjoy a buffet, like, when there's a trip and we're going to be there for, like, a couple hours, hanging out, whatever. But, like, the idea of having, like, 4 different types of breakfast in one breakfast sitting, I'm just like, that's wasteful. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't eat.
I feel like they were going to bring them a plate.
Right, that's what I thought. But
not like it's going to be like a buffet where you keep going back.
No, I know, but like still
have to 4 different.
Like she had a plate of 4 different things. Like I'm not necessarily going to want to eat like huevos rancheros with French toast with all those other things, And
Mary's not going to eat all those berries. It is probably very wasteful, but I'm sure if we watch Below Deck, we would know what happens to the remainder of the food.
Well, I mean, I think they're probably going to get us with this crossover if it's really truly a crossover.
Totally.
So although then we're going to get to know what boat people are. Ugh.
It'll be okay.
I did feel when they were coming down on Mary for like, you haven't filled this out yet. I really feel like Mary just wanted someone else to fill it out for her, and she got what she wanted.
Dom Perignon.
3,000 times Dom Perignon.
Was it 2003?
Yeah, 2003.
Dom Perignon. Parfait.
Like also
put that down. Parfait.
What kind of parfait? Like there could be plain yogurt, it could be strawberry parfait.
Yogurt parfait. They said yogurt parfait.
I know, but what kind of yogurt?
I don't know.
Just plain yogurt with lots of blueberries.
Can we talk about the Britani of it all?
Oh, I forgot about
that. That was so
unexpected.
Yeah. For her to have a whole scene by herself, or her without another housewife, with her daughter. Her daughter got a confessional. I was like, what is going on?
That's because her daughter walked in with the homework assignment all ready to go.
I was afraid that her daughter would be very intimidated by being on film, but she's like, if you're going to do this, we're going to do this.
Right.
And she read.
When she was saying, like, the last time you did this, you brought Jared with you, and then you started making out in front of me, I thought the next thing out of her mouth was, and now you brought these fucking cameras with you. Like, how serious, serious are you?
Yeah, this is how we have a conversation. You have to, like, have
a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel like she was, you're using me for a story.
Right. And I really thought we were going to get some of that. Or at least the...
If she had broken the fourth wall and said, would we be meeting here? Would we be meeting here if this wasn't happening?
Yeah.
Would you care unless she wanted to show something on camera?
And I can't imagine that did not get said and we just did not see it because everything else seemed to have gotten said.
She was really, like, giving it to her of, I don't understand. I think that Britani loves her children. I don't understand, though, choosing somebody over them, unless it's something to do with Mormonism, or if it's just, like, needing to have the security of a man, feel like you failed your first marriage and you have to, like, try to...
Just make up for it, compensate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't get that. The fact that she was such a great mom, according to her daughter, and then she really...
See... That's what made me think that, like, it's the security part of it. Because when she was secure, when she knew she was being taken care of, and she had these kids, she felt like she was free to do all those things. But it seems like the minute that the divorce happened, and I don't know why the divorce happened. Did we get any detail as to why she and her... I also didn't know that she remarried after...
I didn't know. Yeah. I thought it was just like the one marriage.
Yeah, so that's new to me.
So she's a twice... divorced Mormon.
Right. And so to me, that's how it reads to me, is that, like, once she didn't have that security, she couldn't think about anything else. Like, to me, it just really reeks, and not in a bad way. I really try not to say this in a judgmental way, but it just seems to me that she was needing to know she was going to be taken care of so she could take care of others. And without that...
But so, like, once she gets into the second marriage and she's taken care of, but why is she... drop her kids?
It could be that, like, he was insecure, like it wasn't the same dynamic. She felt like she had to keep giving all of her attention to him to keep that security. So, I mean, obviously that didn't work.
She needs to, like, dig really deep because she did not have an answer for her daughter, and she needs to, like, figure that out if she's going to have a relationship with her daughter.
Yeah. I think Olivia would agree.
Yeah.
So
she seemed very level-headed, very smart, pretty.
I didn't expect her to be so tall.
Very tall.
Or is it that Britani's so short?
She's so short. And all that hair just overwhelms her.
Yeah. I think, I mean, to be objectively honest about this thing, I don't think Britani would have gotten her own scene had her daughter not been as assertive and like clear spoken as she was.
Yeah, like if it was just like, you know, kind of more awkward and
right,
or just like putting a Band-Aid on it, like, yeah, let's do something again, you know.
It just seemed like a very genuine scene. Like the fact that they were both crying and like, you know, she called her out on her shit and wasn't really pulling any punches. I feel like that's really got that scene through because it's, I think, honestly, it felt like an actual piece of reality TV.
Also, too, it's like we just know Britani usually is, you know, the Jared thing or like, you know, wanting the attention and like, you know, have an announcement. So she's usually the butt of the joke. So to see her like have a real scene.
Yeah.
And was very interesting.
I almost felt bad for her. I mean, I did feel bad for her, but that like she just didn't like have anything.
It wasn't
to
penetrating. It's just, I don't know, Olivia. It's like, how do you not know?
I don't know. I feel like she knew and she just didn't want to say. She just didn't want to, you know, verbalize it. Like she has to have insecurities she just doesn't want to tell her kids or talk about or, you know, just exposed to the world, especially. So I think she knows, but it's a hard thing to talk about.
Hard to articulate it.
Yeah. It's sad. But hopefully, you know.
I want to see more of Olivia and to see where this goes. And I hope that she talks about it with Whitney and she's like, see, I told you. I shook you in that plant store and I said, put down the cactus. And you know.
Olivia just wants to be on Next Gen NYC. She's just like, oh, I'm going to be a daughter of a housewife.
I moved to New York.
I'm moving in with Ariana. Now that we're going to have roommates.
My good friend Brooks.
No, I'm kidding. I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, so many things happen in this episode.
So many things. Are we forgetting?
Where are they? No. I mean, Meredith, other than the conversation with Heather, really didn't have anything other than the fact that she's driving now.
Same. Like,
oh,
cars have really come a long way.
I think she said driving has really come a long way. It wasn't even cars. I was like, okay.
Has it? Did the wheel get reinvented?
Yeah, weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that was everyone.
Yeah, it was mainly Bronwyn only had scenes with Todd, except for that flashback.
Yeah.
We got late at the end with like Whitney and Angie and Mary. So yeah.
I think it was all good. Well, I think we've covered it all. So should we talk about it next time?
Till next time.